Hi, I'm Jason Bouse with Towerview Acres, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to show you how our Lely A4 robotic milkers work. As you can see, cow 253 has a collar on, and on that collar there is what we call an ID tag. Every cow in our barn has one of these ID tags. That is how our robot knows who is walking into it and whether or not they're able to milk. That collar also gives us important health data like rumination and activity. Rumination is basically how well her gut is doing or how much she is eating, and activity is how much she is up walking around in the barn. When a cow walks into the robot reads her ID collar. It then identifies who she is based off of her production history and the last time she was in the robot. It will determine whether or not she is able to milk. If she has not met the parameters of which when she could milk, it will open the exit gate and she will walk out, and then she can return again shortly to try again. Now, if she is able to milk, the brushes go underneath her. The brushes do two things. One, they clean off any foreign material that happens to be stuck to her udder and to her teats. And two, they also create a stimulation, like the calf kind of coming underneath and nudging her udder. The brushes brush each teat twice. In between the first brushing and the second brushing, the arm swings out and there is a disinfectant that is sprayed on the brushes to help clean the bristles. Next, there is a laser that is scanning the teats. What it is trying to do is it's trying to find a teat placement for this cow. Even as the cow is moving around in the robot, it will continue to try to attach. It may scan and rescan a few times just to try to locate where she is standing currently. When it does, it then will go in and attach each of the quarters on one by one. After the robot sees milk flow out of all four quarters, it then disinfects the brushes one last time. The entire time the cow is in the robot, she is being fed a robot pellet. The pellet is part of her nutritional diet. The pellet is dosed evenly the entire time she is in the robot. While she is milking, let's take a look at some of the working parts of the robot. As you can see, there is a chain on the bottom side of this cup. That chain is used to retract and pull the cup off of the teat when the cow is done milking. Underneath, you can see there is a rope that is attached to it. That rope goes underneath here to a cylinder, which when it is done milking, the cylinder retracts and it pulls the rope tight and it pulls the chain down, which pulls the cup down and off. And the top of the cup there is a red inflation. The inflation is what sucks down on the teat and evacuates the milk out of her udder. The inflation has vacuum to it, and it has also a pulse, what we call pulsation. The pulsation is like a stimulation of a calf that would be sucking as it opens and closes its mouth. The vacuum is used to pull the milk and draw the milk through. From the cup, the milk is then pulled through this black hose that then enters into this chamber, what we call the pre-milk chamber. In this chamber, we take the first 9 cc's approximately of milk, and that gets thrown down the drain. The milk now travels through these little boxes down here, which we call milk sensors. When it is going through these sensors, there is a light spectrum that is sent through. This light spectrum can tell us how good the milk is quality-wise. It can tell us how much fat or how much protein is in the milk. It also gives us a temperature reading of the milk. All these things are used to determine whether the cow is healthy or if she needs some attention. This black box up on top here is really the brain from the milk sensors. This breaks down all the information that the milk sensors collect, and that in turn sends it back to our computer. It then goes down these long hoses, which it ends up into the milk jar. Now in the milk jar, when the cow is done milking, The milk is then weighed, and we know exactly how many pounds of milk that cow had given us in this milking. After it's done being weighed, the milk is then pumped over into our milk tank. The milk tank is where we store our milk. It is cooled and it is agitated from time to time to keep the milk cooled and fresh until the milkman can pick it up. And that's how Tower View Acres keeps her mooing.